Well, we're out checking the line today. It's been pretty warm here. It's the third night. I love the third night usually. And I put about 20 coyote sets here in Illinois, and I also put about 20 DPs. We showed you that footage recently. But I'm going to show you some things that are happening today, and you know, it's going to help you guys out there that are wondering what's going on at your sets. And here's a prime example. A lot of times you get an answer or a question from somebody and they want to know, hey, my trap's out of the ground, it's dug out, and I think they think that it's a coyote a lot of times, but that right there is a raccoon. Raccoons, they get their hands in under and they flip the trap up. They don't even set it off, they just pull it out of the way, and you can see the hole is completely dug out. So that coon got a free dinner. But here's these hay bales, and if you look up through here, there's that narrow area, that narrow edgeway, where the trail is going to be at the shortest distance between those 2 points. And I don't know if you can see them from here, but we're going to drive up. Yesterday I had one there on the right side and nothing was in on the left, but today we have a double, and that's the second night. So in 3 nights or 2 nights we've caught 3 raccoons. But don't forget, anywhere across the country, those narrow areas, you're going to have all of that animal traffic. But this situation right here, that is a raccoon. He got his paws in under there. You know, they have really good dexterity with their front feet, as you well know, and they feel that metal when they're digging and they flip it up. And you know, that's not a canine by any means. A canine's just gonna basically uncover a little bit of the trap and then they basically shy away and leave. But that's a raccoon, and we're gonna remake it, and hopefully a predator, nice big old coyote, will come by tonight. But that's a situation you're gonna have. You just have to deal with it, and we're gonna reset it because the cold front's still here and it's not gonna break till about midnight. So I expect the animal traffic to be working pretty good at that point. But pay attention to the sign the animals are giving you, even when you got traps in the ground, and it's going to make you a better trapper. As you get more experience, you're going to start to recognize these things, and I can't wait to get up there and get that double out. You start recognizing those trails, and you pretty much are going to have a lot of time in the skin and shed at night. Well, we just got that set remade where that coon flipped that trap, and going down here to where that little trail goes across right here at this narrow point, and we got a double. We had one here yesterday that we showed you earlier, but really just pay attention to this anywhere across the country. Find that narrowest point, the shortest point between 2 patches of woods or from a stream bank up over a road. Anywhere the shortest point is where that animal traffic's going to be. And you can see right here, that's where we had the one yesterday. Another real nice big coon in that DP. And you can see right on the edge of the field. As I said, I want to set it on the edge of the field. I don't want to be down in the woods. I want to be on the edge of the field, so if they're running the edge of the field or the trail, that we're going to get them. And you can see this trail again right here. I mean, that trail is just bare. We've got another one right where the woods come out on this side. So it's a nice double. As I said earlier, sitting on the edge of the field, we're not down in the woods, we're right here. And another nice coon. And that's all it really takes. Put that DP right in the middle of that trail, right where it comes out into the field. Remember this, it doesn't matter where you're at across the country, you find these areas where it narrows down and you're going to find the animal traffic right there. It doesn't matter if it's a a creek bed through a culvert or up over a road or patch of woods to a patch of woods, you find these narrow spots and you're gonna have these type of trails that are gonna have all of that animal traffic on them. And when you put your sets in, put them right in the middle of the trail, they're gonna bump their nose on it and you're gonna catch them just like this. It's not hard, you just gotta get out there, put your time in, put your work in, and it's just one of the great things of being out here in the outdoors. It's cold today, I'm a little chilly, but that cold front coming through obviously had them on the move again. And we're gonna get these two taken care of, remake them in the same spot that they were in, and if any more come up through on this trail tonight, we're gonna actually have a great chance at catching them. So set your spots accordingly and you'll be successful as well. I got something up here right at this fence going through. What is it? It's a big animal. Ah, it's another coon. Another coon in my canine set. I got two sets here. I don't see anything in the other one, obviously. Oh, and there's another. There's another flip job. Yep, flip that one up. That's just fantastic. It's always fun putting these sets in the ground, knowing that you got good locations and good coyote sets in the ground. We're using wax sand from a buddy, John Wilkinson. About a ton of it from him at the PA convention this year. And I don't really go anywhere now in the winter time. This is middle of January. It's pretty warm right now, but a good cold front came through last night. But I don't go anywhere in the fall or winter, late fall or winter, without wax sand or wax dirt. It's just too hard to keep your traps working without that material. And it's a beautiful day. We're catching some critters, but the coons are beating me down on my coyote sets, and you can see here again. That coon ruined that walkthrough. That's a walkthrough with 3 punch holes. We got a punch hole on the left side, a punch hole on the right side, and a punch hole on the back side. I don't mind making a remake in a bed that a coon's been in, or a possum, or a fox, or anything for that matter. I love the disturbance. I love the eye appeal. I love the scent. Any coyote running anywhere through here is going to see that, and they're going to come in and investigate it. You just put something down in that hole that they're inviting, and they'll come in there and they're going to work it. But that's a really nice coon. Been catching some really big coons out here. It's because all they're doing is eating corn and eating all the feed from the farmer. But we'll get him taken care of. And as you can see over here, another flip where they get their hands in under and flip the trap up. We'll remake that. That won't take that long, but just an awesome coyote location. You got a fence row, gate that comes through, coming out of a patch of woods, out of a draw, working up here. You got these fields. You got another edgeway over here. It goes into a bottom. Those coyotes are going to work down in there. There's a pond down over there. And, you know, right on this fence row, this is just going to be a pinch point for any animal traffic coming from any direction. And as you can see, I got one set on the one side and I got one set on the other. And that's one last thing I'll say on this little clip right here. If you are going to go out there and you find a location that you feel is good and it's going to produce for you, and there's going to be animal traffic, if you're going to take the time to put one set in, definitely put 2, sometimes 3, depending on the amount of sign that you have. And that's going to help you be more successful. If I'd only had one here and he flipped the trap, he's running around, probably going to come back and mess with that trap again tonight. If that's the same coon over here that flipped that trap, he's not coming back tonight. So I'm going to have 2 working sets for canines now, or the next coon that comes by. But Put them in the ground, be on location, and you're going to be successful. Yep, there's another one. Well, I'll tell you, when you come trap new areas, and if you're on farm ground that hasn't been trapped in a while and you try and catch canines, it becomes a nightmare until you get these raccoons and possums and skunks and whatever out of the equation. I got 20 sets in. We've checked, I don't know, maybe 8 canine sets so far, and I think 4 of them either have coons in them or have been flipped by coons. And here's another example of a raccoon getting in there, flipping the trap, and you can actually see his back footprint right there. But flipping the trap to where it doesn't even go off. Right out of my wax sand, I'll tell you. That's the thing. Trapping, you know, a lot of times you see on Facebook all the hero shots. I call them hero shots. You know, hey, look at me, I caught my critter or whatever, you know, and I've done it too. I've put hero shots on, you know, you catch a nice animal, you get a nice batch of fur, and, you know, you show it off. But this is the stuff right here that makes or breaks and separates the men from the boys, because this is a lot of work. You put your sets in, you try and make sure that they're all set, ready to go for canines, and you go start checking your traps after a nice cold front, and you think that you're going to come out here and, man, we're going to have some coyotes and stuff, and I've checked about half of my line already today, and it's nothing but coons flipping my traps and coons in the traps. But we'll get that remade. Just to give a little bit of instruction here, it's right on this field, but the reason I set this right here is this is a little draw right here, a little, I don't know, a little wet spot, and that comes up out of a draw, and you can see the wind's blowing away from the camera here. And I got my set obviously right here. It's a little walkthrough type set that had 3 holes punched, but the reason I put it there is because there's a little landing spot right here that there's a game trail through, and any coyotes or whatever working that dam breast looking for rabbits or anything of that nature, that's going to be downwind from my set, and it's also going to be, my set's going to be upwind from this whole draw, so that's why I have it on the upside here. But as you can see, it's a beautiful area. Definitely coyotes here, but you got to I much would have rather had the raccoon in that set today, because I'm going to remake it, and if he comes back and does the same thing again, it ruins it for another night. But find these locations. Obviously it's good for raccoons, and that game trail there, you can put some DPs on it, but find these areas, and they're going to be a good area for not just raccoons and your nest raiders, but if you're looking to catch coyotes, this type of area is going to work for you as well. Oh, here's that fence row up on top of this one knoll that we set 2 days ago. We had a double here yesterday, and we got another one here today. This looks to be another big coon, and you'll see here. Yeah, it's a real nice coon. It's like they're out of the same mold, like they got the same DNA, obviously, because that is just another monster right there. Big old coon. But as you can see, that trail, you can't tell it's a trail now, but down along this edgeway, got the hay bales down there, cornfield, this patch of woods where it goes down over the bottom and comes up from there. But just another nice coon. We'll get him taken care of, but that's another thing I'll make a point here. You see he's in that trap right there, and he could not get to that other working trap right there. And that's one of the things. Make sure you space them far enough apart that they can't get to the other trap. That gives you a chance to catch more than one. And we've all made the mistake, if you put enough of these in the ground, you get them too close sometimes and you end up having them in both feet once in a while. But this trail came right here under that fence. That's where they're climbing under. the trail came out to the edge of the field. It goes along there, and it also goes along there. But really, another really big raccoon. They're just really nice, real nice fur on that one. We'll get him taken care of, but just another example of finding a location, and this location will be good as long as I'm here, and it'll be good every year, because what this coon and other coons and other nest raiders and other, you know, small animals find inviting and their travel ways, any other coons, year after year after year, every time you set this, you're going to have success. If you catch an animal, whether it's a fox or a coyote or a raccoon or whatever, and you catch them in a location, you can bet that that location is going to be good year in, year out for any other critters that are in the area, because they're going to find it just as inviting as the ones that you caught previously. But that is a really nice coon. Some of these coons are high 20s, low 30 pounds. They're just monsters. But we'll get him taken care of. And if you find a location, set that location year in, year out, because it's going to be good for you for eternity, as long as you're here and as long as the animals are here. So we'll get them taken care of and head on down the road, and hopefully come back here tomorrow and have another. Well, that's odd. Why should anything be different today? I got two sets in this last field I'm checking. Nothing in that one up there. And we come down here and we have another raccoon that has decided to enjoy my coyote set. So we're gonna get out, show you this location, and this is the last spot today. But when you go somewhere, and it's one of those things right now, also the fur market's abysmal, so nobody's out chasing raccoons, nobody's hunting them with dogs, and you go out and try and catch some coyotes, and you have to get them out of the equation sometimes before the coyotes come by. So here's a big raccoon. I mean, obviously these coons here in Illinois eating the corn and the cattle feed and everything else, just monsters. But he's in that Duke 550. You can see why I like this for coyotes so much. It works along this edge row, coming up out of this bottom. We got there's a pond over there. All the way up, there's a fence row. You got the hay bales, another fence row into another field over there. Just a great location for coyote. Working this draw, what they're gonna do, but obviously the raccoon beat them to the walkthrough set. So we'll maneuver this. We'll probably put in another walkthrough or something, but ultimately that's just another really big raccoon. But find these locations. If the coyote would have come by before the coon, we'd have had the coyote, but sometimes that's not the case, and today's that case. We've had flip traps, we've had coons in 4 or 5 different coyote sets, and we had 3 or 4 flip traps and no coyotes. So we're 0 for today, but you know what, that's trapping, and some days you are going to be 0 for, but it's still cool to catch some things, and we'll get him skinned out and get him tanned, and hopefully come back in here tomorrow and have another coyote. But there is a prime example of a great location for coyote though. Anytime you have a draw like that where you have coyote sign, they're going to work up these draws. The wind is blowing away from the camera. That's why the set is on this side, so that anything coming up the other side would smell it and work in as well. But the raccoon beat him, and we'll get that remade. And as I said, hopefully come here tomorrow and have a nice coyote.
Handling nest raiders is our specialty, and you can become the steward of your own land with our North American Trapper scent package, which includes our Coonbuster DP bait and magnet trailing scent. Our sweet scented trailer will draw them in, where our Coonbuster will then take over, and its soaked crawfish essence will entice those nest raiders to work the trap consistently. Look no further than our North American Trapper Combo scent package for all your predation control needs. North American Trapper. Proven products, proven conservation.